Moving forward, we have our last game of the noon slot that I will be going over, which is Clemson at Syracuse, Saturday noon on ABC. Clemson, can Klubnik and receivers keep up from last week? I think Klubnik played a good game last week. I think he looked really well. I think the receivers were able to separate really well against Florida State. Can they continue it against the Syracuse defense? Get Will Shipley going. Never a bad idea to get Shipley and Moffa going. So get this run game going. Allow these receivers to get more one-on-ones. Allow Cade Klubnik to have, keep the defense on his toes. Have to stop Garrett Schrader on the ground. Garrett Schrader, these past 2 games, has 5 touchdowns. No, he does not play running back. As you may or may not know, he's the quarterback of Syracuse with 5 touchdowns on the ground the past 2 weeks. Phenomenal on the ground so far for Garrett Schrader. Will Antonio Williams and Cole Turner return? That will be a huge help to this receiver core if they can get these 2 guys back. And have to dominate the trenches, because if you dominate the trenches, you get Will Shipley going. And if you dominate the trenches, Garrett Schrader probably can't kill you with his legs. And Syracuse probably can't get this run game going. So for Syracuse, can't just rely on Garrett Schrader's legs. You can't, man. Garrett Schrader's going to have to beat this defense with his arm. I understand he's been doing phenomenal things with his legs, but with his arm, he's going to have to do it with his arm too. It's not going to be able to just live off of these quarterback runs against Clemson. It's not going to happen. Now, you can say, hey, Carl, Riley Leonard did it. I think Duke is a way better team than Syracuse. It's not going to happen for Syracuse. Syracuse, can this defense continue to force turnovers? Syracuse in the past 2 games has 3 picks and 2 fumbles. So 5 turnovers in the last 2 games. Is that sustainable? I don't think so. Maybe they can force 1 though. I don't think 1 might be too much to ask, but 5 in 2 games, I don't think it's sustainable. Have to continue with the strong run defense. Held Army to barely any yards. Held Purdue to barely any yards on the ground. Going to have to hold Clemson to barely any yards because Will Shipley, Moffa, don't forget Cade Klubnik can use his legs. It's going to be a tough task. Force Klubnik to make tough throws. While I said Klubnik played good last week, a lot of them throws were open or guys, I think it was, guys were running open. So he was hitting open guys, which you would hope your quarterback can do. But I'm not going to say it's easy either. But if you're Syracuse, you want Klubnik to have to make tight throws. And blitz him. Blitz him. He is still young. Like I said, this is his first year with the keys. Blitz him. Let's really test what Klubnik can do. Now, with this being said, I know last year, before I had CTC, I thought the game would be close, but Clemson would win, and Clemson blew out Syracuse. I'm going to stick with Clemson. I think Clemson wins this game. I don't care that Clemson's on the road. Clemson is coming off of a tough loss, a game that they should have won if the kicker makes a 30-yard kick, possibly could win that game there. I think Dabo's going to have these guys amped. I think Dabo's going to have these guys. I feel kind of sorry that Syracuse has to catch this undefeated right after that because Dabo's going to have his guys motivated. Dabo's going to tell his guys, look, if y'all want any shot at the playoffs, you have to win out. No losses, no mistakes, got to win out. They're going to come out like a well-oiled machine. I think they beat Syracuse.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.